All right, Mr. Yalamachilli, you may call your next witness.
State calls Miss Athena Gray.
Could you get Miss Athena Gray, please? Thank you.
Ma'am, if you would, please raise your right hand and take an oath. Do you swear or affirm testimony you'll give to the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. If you would, please state and spell your name for the record.
Athena Gray, Athena, last name Gray, Gray.
And ma'am, where are you currently employed?
Athens Clarke County Police Department in the Communications Division.
And is that sometimes referred to as the 911 center?
It is.
Okay. And what does the 911 center do in Athens Clarke County?
We process incoming calls for service.
And how long have you been working there?
About 11 years.
What type of training have you received for your current position?
I am post-certified as a communications officer with the state of Georgia. I have received training for communications training officer, communications officer, senior communications officer, and several supervisory skills management courses.
And what is your current title?
I'm the 911 training coordinator.
Okay. And when someone calls 911, is there a document produced?
That's correct. When someone calls 911, we get anti-alley information. That means automated number information and automated location information. What that means is if someone calls in from a cell phone, then we get the latitude and longitude of the GPS coordinates that the cell phone tower is bouncing off of. We also get the phone number and we get the provider. So whether it's AT&T or Sprint, if it's calling from a landline, then we get the subscriber information, whether it's a business or a residence. We also get the phone number and the address that it's registered to. Now, in order to create a call for service, we need to know two things. We need to know what the address is, and we need to know what the problem is. Once we get that information, then we can create a call for service in something called CAD. CAD is an acronym for Computer Aided Dispatch. It's a system that we use to create the calls for services. As the call taker is gathering the information, they can enter that into the CAD system, and another person in the room will dispatch it out for service.
You hit on the next couple of questions I was going to ask, so you gave me a chance to skip down a little bit. Is information entered by the call taker and logged into
Objection. Leading.
Sustained. If you'll rephrase, Mr. Yalamachilli, don't leave your witness.
Well, Judge, I was going to ask a question that was about the testimony that she just gave. She just testified that the call taker enters information into CAD. And so my question was about that answer.
All right.
Well, that wasn't a question at all.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to sustain the objection in the manner in which you asked it. I certainly will allow both parties to provide context to their direct examination questions or their cross if they choose to, but just make sure you don't lead your witness.
Thank you, Judge. Is the time that information is entered recorded in the CAD?
It is.
Okay. And is the CAD maintained?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading.
Right. I'm going to overrule that objection.
Is the CAD maintained in the normal course of regularly conducted activity by the 911 center?
It is.
Okay. And is that part of the regular practice of the center?
It is.
Are you familiar with the system that is used to record and maintain information for 911 calls?
I am.
And Judge, I'm going to show Mr. Cruz what's been marked as State's Exhibit 35.
Your Honor, I would object to the statements that are in this document on confrontation ground clause, on the grounds of the confrontation clause. And that's to State's Exhibit 35. As far as the computer-generated information, I have no objection.
Your Honor, and I think defense counsel has actually filed a motion to this effect, but if we could limit speaking objections, please.
All right. May I see counsel at the bench for a moment, please? Thank you.
Mr. I'm going to hand you what's been marked
It's a CAD fire report.
Okay, and is there any address associated with that?
It is.
Okay, what's the address associated with it?
160 Fawn Drive and 175 Fawn Drive.
Okay, and is there any date as far as when the call was made?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and what is that date?
January 19, 2001.
Okay, and does that appear to be a fair and accurate depiction of that fire CAD?
That's correct.
All right. Judge, I move to tender 35 at this time.
All right, Mr. Cruz, any objections, sir?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, it is admitted.
And, Your Honor, I'd move to publish the CAD at this time.
You may do so. You want to do it on the computer? I mean, on the screen?
Yes, Judge.
Give me a second.
I have the blue light on over here, which,
That's one over here, too.
well, and Your Honor, I think for purposes of the questions that I have for Ms. Gray, we could do it without publishing it at this time, Judge.
All right.
Ms. Gray, I'm going to hand this back to you. So there are multiple dates on that CAD, and we've already talked about the incident date from the call. Are there any other dates in the top left-hand corner of that document?
Yes, it is.
Okay, what is that date?
That's when it was printed out.
Okay, and so, but what specifically is the date?
March 24th, 2006.
All right, and so just to clarify, you just testified that that's the date it's actually printed, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, but what was the date of the actual call?
January 19th, 2001.
Okay, and is there a time associated with the call?
Yes.
What is that time?
11/22/23.
Okay. And as information is entered into the CAD, are there timestamps associated with that?
There is.
Okay. And I want to ask you about a timestamp from 11/22/41. What is the information entered by the call taker at that time?
11/22/01.
I had it in my notes as 11/22/40.
Objection,
Oh, I
Your
see.
Honor. Objection. Counsel, ask question, witness gives testimony.
All right, I'm going to overrule the objection. I think you're clarifying your question. Go ahead.
Says called in from 175, said he is across the street. Looks like 160 is on fire.
Okay. The entry at 11/32/50.
Per command, get investigator.
At 11/33/36.
Command advise victim in structure.
And then at 11/34/36.
Command advise need forensics.
Okay. And that, those times that are noted, is that AM or PM?
AM.
Okay. Judge, I don't have any other questions for Ms. Gray at this time.
All right, Mr. Cruz, cross-examination.
I have no questions for you, Ms. Gray. I just want to thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Mr. Yelman-Chile, can we excuse this witness?
I'd ask she be excused, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
No, ma'am.
You are free to go.